fuck?
Hi, my name is Nacho, welcome back to our channel, and The Witcher Season 3, or at least the first part, has finally premiered on Netflix and the first official reviews are out. So before I jump in and binge through the whole thing, because I have no control over myself when it comes to these things, let's look at what the critics are saying. Overall, it scored highly on Rotten Tomatoes with an 83% across 24 critiques, but the theme across all of them is the same. Henry Cavill carries all the scenes and in his absence, the show suffers, but we already knew that. And the fans are scoring it a lot lower. And it's not a good indication leading up to Season 4, but I will touch on that in a second. This season will focus heavily on the political aspect of the continent, with the majority of the factions fighting for the overall control, and Ciri and her elder blood being the key to all of it. Now they did say they were going to stick harder to the source material, kinda late if you ask me, but that seems to be the case in the first 5 episodes, so much that IGN, a highly trusted institution when it comes to entertainment journalism, pushed this article. With the main paragraph that stood up to me being, with so much at stake in its world and Season 2 making sure we didn't forget about the more apocalyptic threats lurking further down the line, the Wild Hunt, I'm talking about the Wild Hunt, oh you mean this Fuzzy Cloud? That Wild Hunt? Led by this guy? The 120-pound soaking wet salad tosser they introduced in Blood Origin? I'm shivering.
You fucked me.
The Witcher has quite a lot of plates to keep spinning to stay as busily faithful to its source material as it's been. As it's been!
What in heaven's name are you talking about?
And as an adaptation of Sapkowski's Time of Contempt, Book 2 in the Witcher saga, Season 3 of The Witcher is unquestionably faithful. Too faithful? There's an argument for that. That was around the point where I considered stop reading the article. Because the main issue with the show has always been lack of faithfulness. This show literally can't carry the story without Cavill being there because they steer so far from the source material that they ended up with a lack of foundation. I mean, Lauren Hisrich killed Roach and wasn't gonna make a big deal about it because it's just a horse, we'll just give Geralt a new one, and Henry fought tooth and nail and managed to give at least a thoughtful send-off. The track record shows they've never even gotten close to the point where they were being too faithful. The article later goes on saying that the show pushes Ciri to take control of her destiny and calling Freya's character Geralt's equal. Which I might agree with if we were talking about old Ciri that sorta controls her powers, but not young Ciri. I stand by this argument just by looking at the trailer fight scene when Henry is swinging and slashing 4 guys at once and Freya blocks a sword with a surprisingly lack of momentum with an over-the-shoulder back block. I'm not gonna say I'm a sword expert, but with that stance, you ain't blocking shit. Like I said earlier, the rest of the review from IGN and the rest of the critics revolve around how much the political plot does not help the show feel any more engaging, and only Henry being there as the Witcher is what makes you wanna keep watching. Can the show cope without Henry Cavill? It will be painful, but the Witcher has enough going on for us to imagine a life without him. Does it though? Are you sure about that? No other actor or actress has shown the star power to carry the show on their own, and almost every character gets to shine because Henry is there casting the light. So I don't know what Liam Hemsworth is going to do to be able to lift that burden for a full 2 seasons. Games Radar and The Guardian, with my man Jack Seal, the fucking clown who wrote an article saying that The Witcher Blood Origin was a riot. How's that new jet ski running, Jacko? Both said that the show heavily leans to the increasing political machinations of each kingdom, which was hinted at with the reveal of Emir Ban Emrys at the end of Season 2, which made me think that was gonna lead to the big war between all kingdoms spearheaded by the Nilfgaardians.
You thought wrong!
But apparently that's not gonna be the case, and Emir's presence in the first 5 episodes of the season is, and I quote, "The Nilfgaardian Emperor should be grasping these episodes by the throat," but never once threatens to do so. The Witcher quickly becomes bogged down in warring kingdoms and a battle that never dares make its way on screen, which makes it even less appealing to start watching it. It does however seem to have highlights in episode 4 or 5 where we get a lot more Witcher action. I imagine this fight is somewhere in there, but once we get to that high, there is a month gap for the next 3 episodes. What the fuck were they thinking? A monkey with a goddamn opium addiction can see that the show is struggling. The recast of Geralt will cause problems. It's already problematic, and the season hasn't even finished. Why would you give the fans blue balls? The break in the season worked for Stranger Things because the show was leading up to its climactic end, or cliffhanger, with plenty of connection made with all the characters throughout the years. The fans know that Henry is out at the end of the season. The build-up doesn't work because the stakes are not there. We've been spoiled. We know how it ends. The only thing that this will do is hurt the numbers of returning viewers on the second half. They are going to kill Geralt, or if they're clever, they're gonna put him in a mutation chamber, and out's gonna come Liam Hemsworth. It's not gonna work, Lauren, you dumb cow. That being said, I can segue into the final goodbye of Henry Cavill as Geralt, who took a moment on stage to thank the fans, and as the classic man he is, he also complimented his cast members on how much he enjoyed working with them, and you can tell he's really moved by having to leave the show. Still, a great send-off, this man is a legend. Now IGN again teased that the transition between Henry and Liam is going to be very smooth and meta, and it's going to be a way of a... It's very lore accurate, it's very close to what was set up in the books, and I think this change will be quite flawless. But at the same time, it will be a new Geralt, it will be a new face for this character, and I think it will also be very exciting to see. If there's two words that have been proven time and time again to be as alienated as possible by the writers and showrunners of The Witcher, are lore and accurate. But they got used to using these words in hope of keeping the fans on their side. It's like the girlfriend or boyfriend who tells you that they love you straight after cheating on you and promise it's going to be the last time, but they will keep on doing it. But we've learned, you guys are full of shit. You got Liam reading the books and bulking up for the show, 3 seasons in, while Henry was already Geralt from the start and still in top-notch condition. Other than the fact that this is going to be a completely different Geralt, not only in looks, the chemistry that the cast built over the years is gone. Liam is going to have to be incredible to win over the doubting fans, myself included, and I just don't see it happening. I'm happy to be corrected, but
It's not gonna happen.
don't know why people don't make use of Henry Cavill. He got dug out of being James Bond after an apparent incredible audition. They recast him on Superman with a younger Walmart Superman, and they forced him out of The Witcher. To be someone that talented and yet that unlucky, it's incredible. But I don't think he'll struggle. I mean, he has a very loyal fan base, and every project he's in gains a lot of attention, and I honestly can't wait to see his take on Warhammer 40k. But if you watched it far into the video, leave us a like. Let me know in the comments down below which is your favorite Warhammer faction, Adeptus Sororitas. And as always, I've been Nacho. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.